it on?
Yes, commercials are on. I got commercials on my screen.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. Today we're going to make a kid's quilt. A kid's quilt. But before I do that, I'm going to see who's in the chat because it's working. Like, Papa doesn't do this. We got Norma here, Tony, a little more, Dawn, Tina, Betty, Delia, Barbara, Leanne. You guys have been talking for a while. Mary, Catherine, Debbie, Gloria, and so many more. Hello, everybody. So today we're going to make a kid's quilt. Why, you ask? Because it's going to be a gift for a child that I have in mind. So Scott has had a friend since birth because his mom and her mom had their babies at the same hospital within a short amount of time, and they became best friends. And then Scott and his friend Paul, I'll just say his name, he and Scott have been friends all their lives. They talk on the phone, blah blah blah. They've all done many things and stuff with their lives and got spouses and so on and so forth. Well, now his friend Paul just adopted a baby. Wow. Like, adoption to me means a lot because there's lots of kids out there that need adoption. So they need love. Every child needs love. So he adopted a child, and I said, I need to make a quilt for said child because it's just in me to do that because every child deserves a quilt too, right? So I found this panel that I had in my stash. I have no children's stuff. I probably should have never got rid of all the children's stuff, but whatever. I had a few things left. So I had this panel, and I went ahead and embroidered, the child's name is Isaac, on here. He's how old? 19 months. He's 19 months old, and I embroidered his name on here on the fire truck. And you want to know the cool symbolism behind the fire truck? His dad is a firefighter. So, and I got lucky because this is the only children's panel I had. And go figure, the dad's a firefighter, so it works out perfect. It worked out like super perfect.
The good Lord was like, "This is gonna work."
Yep, he said it's gonna work. It's gonna work. You're gonna make something for the child. So, in the color path of all this, it's super colorful. I had some crayons, fat quarters. They have crayons all over them. Then I have some alphabet fat quarters that have just letters scattered all over the place. Then I found a red that has tractors on it. It kind of doesn't go with the cityscape theme of this, but guess what? I don't care. It's red, and the child ain't going to care either. So it has little tractors. Then I found a black one that had tractor trucks and bulldozers and diggy things and hook'em-a-bobbers. I don't know the names of all these trucks. I did when I was a kid, but I'm an adult now, and I don't remember. Then I found another black, but with the colorful trucks. And the cool part is, look, the colors are the same.
And all those for you, right?
Yep, and then I found some fabric. I had 4 of these fat quarters. They have little cars on them. And the funny thing is the cars are the same color as the cars on the panel. They don't even go together. These ones have eyes, though. So these little cars on little, tracks. Perfect, right? And then I needed something to like balance all this white out because, of course, it's going to a child and it can't be all whites. It's going to get dirty.
Yeah.
Like dirty. Probably. I found a jelly roll. It's a Moda Simply Delight by Sherry and Chelsea. And it's got all the colors that are in here on these, except there's little flowers and little, like, I don't even know, there's polka dots, there's just a mixture, but it's all the colors. So my plan is, once I know the size that I'm going to cut this panel, my plan is to make blocks using these around the blocks and some black fabric too. Gotta have some black fabric, and make blocks and then go around the panel. So we're going to actually use a calculator today too to kind of figure out some math so that I know what size blocks and everything to make. We're all do that all on live stream because even though it's probably going to make my brain go, but hey, got to do it, I've been doing a lot of math lately because I've been filming videos and they require math. Not while on the video, but prior to. All right, so here we press this so we can get it while you're pressing everything. That way I can at least get a measurement of the panel. Well, I have to measure the panel. So
the panel goes first? Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I would have ironed the whole panel when I embroidered on it, but instead I just pulled it out and only ironed the part where I was going to embroider. So this is my good deed because I 100% am all for people who adopt, and this makes me happy. I can't do it for every adopted kid out there, but I can do it for as many as I can. And I've done for as many as I can so far. So this is a good thing. But we're bringing it here today because I didn't want anything like super annoying to drive me crazy for weeks on end. Because I'm going on a cruise and I don't want to overwhelm myself. Okay, I'm going to pass you all of these.
Yeah, pass me the ones I did.
And I am going to separate. I want the fire truck on top, not on bottom. So I'm going to be separating this fire truck off of here. That way it can go above.
Look.
And look.
T-shirts.
We have matching shirts. He's so happy for his Tiffany's Quilting Life shirts that we made on the embroidery machine. All right, so I'm going to cut. I think what I'm going to do is cut a 1/4 inch away from the panel. That way I don't lose any of the sides of the city. Like there's a tree right here, so on the side. I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch away all the way around. It seems pretty square. It's not that messed up. So that's a good thing. So I'm just going to line my 1/4 inch line up. And then I'm going to leave that to the side real quick. And then I'll cut that after I cut this. It looks pretty square, so that's a plus. Where's my little thingamabobber? It disappeared. There it is. Wait, it's further from my face and I can see comments. All right, here we go. Let's cut. I got this nice and straight. That is nice and straight. I don't want to lose too much of it because, I'm trying to. They don't live in the city though either, do they? No. But this is all I had, so we're working with it.
They live out in rural area.
Yeah, they live in rural. I can't say it. Rural. That's one word I struggle with.
Wow, look at these fat quarters. They are definitely.
Yeah, fat quarters are never nice. It's weird.
They're definitely different size.
Yes, they are. All right, I'm gonna come from the top right here so that I can get a. This panel is going to be 23 inches wide. Now that I have it straight right there, put this on a line and keep it at 23 wide. If I have to trim more, I will, but let's see if I can't get it to be good. Okay. I think I need to cut a little tiny bit more off because that side is not within the 1/4 inch. Let's see, how big can I get that? I chop that off.
Get her good.
We're gonna have to do 22 and a half.
Get her good.
Let's line this up. All right, that's the number, 22 and 1/2. I'm gonna lay this back on here, put the straight line on there. looks like I'm not keeping white around it. Now let's see how wide it is. I mean long. Take off some length and make it 28 and a half. We'll take out a long ruler. That way we have it 100% as accurate as possible, and then we can do the math around that. Smart, right? And 1/2. There. All right. We need a piece of paper.
Holy cow, the crayon one is really small.
And a pencil. We have 28 and a half by, what did I say it was? 22 and a half. Okay. 22 and a half. And then that means we need to make the top piece 22 and a half wide. There. Line it up on the line and cut it 22 and 1/2. I don't know how wide this is going to be, but however wide this turns out is, and when it's back on top of there, plus I'm going to put black around first, then that's how it's going to be 23 inches. I mean, not 23 inches, 13 inches.
You have to cut that salvage off first.
Yeah.
Before you measure.
Get that salvage off, then we'll come over.
Yeah.
By the way, this is called Around the Town by Whistler Studios for Wyndham Fabrics. In case you were curious what the panel was, because I did tell you the name of the jelly roll. All right, I'll line this up and cut 13 and a half. It's an odd number to have. Honestly, it doesn't match. That means a 2-inch strip will have to go in between.
Put the white on it? I don't know.
All right, we're going to make that 13 and a half. Top part is 22 and a half. That's right. All right, now I'm going to cut some black, and I'm going to hook the two together with a black piece first, and then we'll border the whole thing. So I'm going to do we need the calculator. That's what we need. Calculator time. I don't want to count on my fingers. So we have 28.5 plus 13.5 equals 42. I can make 42 plus 2.5. 2.5. Yep. That'd be 44.5. Okay. So I'm going to cut a 2.5-inch strip off of here to hook it in the middle, and then we'll cut 1, 2 more pieces. So that's 1 more strip. 4. I think 4 total 2.5-inch strips.
Is That's all of them for now?
Yep, that's all of them. Yep. Yes. 30 and one more. It's gonna make this 3.5. That's an odd number. I'm gonna see right now. All right.
It is an odd number, yes.
I try to do, when I'm designing stuff or making things, I try to do even numbers, not odds. Because even numbers are all divided with the 2.5-inch strips. So, all right, I'm going to put one in between first. Cut the selvage off. Make it to size. Right here. And then we'll measure it after we insert all this together. Now this is going to go on the bottom. There, and that's going to go over there. All right, here we go. Let's get started sewing. Hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. I swam yesterday, but because I got up and did stuff yesterday, because we went over to Maxine's mother-in-law's house and had her birthday party, because Friday was Maxine's 24th birthday. We had dinner and some swimming, and well, let's just say, oh, I need the iron as I go now. Sorry. All the I got it. All the things that I did yesterday, swimming and everything. Well, let's just say I wore myself out to the point where I slept all day today. I only got up at 3. Okay. So we have that part on there, and then we're going to put the city, making sure the city is in the right position this way on the top. It's weird. Chop the panel up to put it on the opposite way, but I want the name in the top, so, and the fire truck on top.
At some point, can you say how to fix bobbin tension?
At some point, can I say how to fix bobbin tension? Well, in your bobbin, if you have a machine like mine, in the little case thing that you put your bobbin into, there's a little screw to adjust it. But if you have the other kind, I think if you have a different kind of machine where it's a drop-in bobbin, it might be one of the dials on the top. I don't remember which dial does bobbin on those machines. Because you can usually fix your bobbin just by by top tension, bringing it back down or back up again. All right, now let's press this way. And now adding some sides, a top and a bottom. And then we can move on. So this definitely needs 2 strips hooked together. Oops. Because now it is longer than it needs to be. And yes, I'm making it bigger so that the kid can grow with it, obviously. I don't make them that small. Some baby quilts I make small, though, because I just do. There's another ruler somewhere around here. There it is. I'm going to go ahead now and attach one of these to each side and then cut another strip for the bottom. I knew I needed 5. This many strips. I needed 5, not 4. I cut 4, didn't I? I said 5 too. There I go, you know. And no, I did not cut this one to size. I'm not pulling or tugging, so I shouldn't be changing any sizes here. This is just the way I like to do things. Oh, I didn't need that after all. It was one full strip. All right, and then it's one full strip for this side too, which is what's left. I didn't even have to hook them together. Not all widths of fabric are the same, so that's why I didn't have to piece it apparently. Say hi, Thumpy. Say hi, everybody. Hi. Hi.
He says, Mama, you got a fire truck there.
He doesn't know what a fire truck is.
No, I do not.
All right. Hold these right here for a minute. I still lost the tree side, but that's okay. Eco Mata. That's poor child. He's not gonna care. Corner of the tree.
Oh, it's
He's
fine.
gone.
It's fine. He's gonna love it. He's not gonna care about the trees, but we have to use trucks and cars and all that.
Yep. All right, now to add a top and a bottom. And then we'll start building on it. Nice and flat. Put those together for the other side. And then we'll get our measurement and figure out what size blocks I can make. Alright, so these together. I did cut 5 strips, didn't I? Because this would have made the 5th strip. All right, now let's get a size and figure out how many squares I can do. properly on a flat surface. Can I have the measuring tape, please?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm off camera right here at the ironing board measuring.
Yeah, I'll do that.
47 and a half.
You do what?
47 and a half now is what it is.
Yeah, you need to measure.
Yeah, but I gotta write this down. 47.5 long. Move it out. 25 and a half.
That's a 6.
Or 20, sorry, my eyeballs are
26 and a half.
All right, by 26 and a half wide. Okay, now time for a calculator. Let's see how big we can make our blocks. So 47.5 divided by, let's say, 8.5-inch blocks. Nope, that's not going to work. 8-inch blocks. Nope, that's not going to work. 7.5-inch blocks. Nope, that's not going to work. 6-inch blocks. Nope. 9-inch blocks. Let's see, 5-inch blocks. That would be 9.5 blocks. I want bigger than that, though. What I could do is hook some cars together and then put strips of cars first. Ooh, that sounds like a good idea. Because there was 4 car panels to work with.
What's a good size strip to outline a panel with?
A good size strip to outline a panel. Well, most times it's 2.5 or less is what I use. I gotta find a way to hook these together and make them not look stupid. No, I don't like that. No matter what I do, I'm cutting off cars. It doesn't look right. Back to the calculator. Let's say 6 blocks. I think I'm just going to cut some squares out and just make blocks. That's what I'm going to do. This one's called Diggers and Dumpers.
Oh, that's cool.
This one there. I'm just going to stack them up. I think I'm going to just cut 6-inch squares and then go from there. We'll see how I figure this out. Not. These are like hecka big compared to those black and red ones.
Heck of big.
Hecka big.
I like
that's
that.
my word right now.
New word for Tiffany. Heck of big.
Look at that. These are like 20-inch fat quarters. I want like more. I should save this for the border, huh? I think so.
I don't know what to put where.
Because I don't want to cut them so small.
Yeah.
All right. The cars are just going to be border.
The crayons can get cut up small.
Yeah.
They don't matter.
Yeah. Crayons and letters can be cut small. That one's no big deal. And these can too, because these have little trucks on them. Wow, these are so wonky. It's so wonky. Gotta find out where that piece is. Pull it back out because that one is totally wider and I don't want to miss the cut. Woo. Sure losing a lot of fat quarter here. It's getting all the prints. Let's do 6.5. And 6.5 again. And the rest I can turn into whatever. I don't want it to be overly complicated either, you know. Make sure all the selvages are crossing the line. And they are. And all crossing the line, and they are nice and square. Lined up. If I have to add more, maybe that's what I'll do, you know, to make it all equal. I can just rip that black off and put a thicker one if I need to, but we'll see. We'll figure out how to do this. Let's go with the scraps. And we're going to work with the jelly roll. All right, so now I'm going to go around all these squares that I cut with jelly roll strips. That's only a half of the jelly roll anyway, so. Definitely need the color yellow. All right. Side, then I'm going to trim. And then add more. And anything that's left over can just go on the back. It's no big deal.
Yeah, that's true.
Be nice to see what I'm trimming too.
Would be a good idea. Yeah.
It would be a good idea, yes. All right. Yeah, this would be perfect. Let me put this panel on the wall so it's out of the way. Right there in the center.
That looks so cool.
I like it better with the fire truck on top.
Yeah, so do I.
It looks so much better. All right, now I go 2 more sides. I'm gonna cut everything to size just right here. This is gonna be cute. All right, I used that color.
Ironing them?
You can iron that now.
Yes. Back to work.
I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the selvage off before. That way it's already gone. Cut to size as I go. Straight to me.
Put the block up there too, so I can see. Or no?
Yeah, you can
You
put
want
them
some
up
of
there for now.
That's for now.
Okay, you press while I start the next.
Yes, and
Let's put orange on this one.
you want this one back, not on the wall.
No, back to my where I'm working.
That's what I said. You want this one back, not
Yes,
on the
not on the wall.
Did you finish?
Yep. So each of these squares is going to have a different color on it. I think that will allow the color to blend through. That's for you. Then I find the other piece on my lap. So this will give me 10.5-inch squares. I just wanted something simple with this quilt. I didn't want it to be overly complicated with super pieced blocks because it is for a little child. So honestly, it does not matter.
Yeah, it's going to get run around.
Yeah, it's going to get used.
It doesn't need to be pretty.
Nope, no need to be purdied. No star blocks, nothing needed. Just simple, easy. Because I'm going to tell the dad, you know, when he's old enough to choose what he wants, then I will make another. So if the kid wants Star Wars or something, or Minions or whatever they want, Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, any man, you know, then they can message me up and I'll make a new one. Especially for like the transition to a twin size bed kind of thing, because that's a big thing, you know, when a kid transitions from a baby bed to a kid bed. Because then they can have a full twin size quilt, nice and big.
I'm liking these jelly roll colors with it.
Yeah,
good.
it's working perfect. These colors, yeah.
It's looking really good. That was a good choice.
Yes, it was a good choice. Good thing I dug through the jelly rolls to find it. It was in the back, but hiding behind the front since I can't literally visibly see all the jelly rolls on my shelf. So I have to move things to get to it. And it's not kiddish, but it's not adult per se either, you know? It can be used for anything, which is a good thing.
It works.
Yes, I could have cut the jelly roll strips to be 6.5 and then cut another set 10.5, but I'm sitting here at the machine and might as well just do it, you know, this way. It's no big deal. Alright, here's that one. Let's put this white around it. Yeah. No, I have an idea. So it looks like 4 fit instead of 5. So what I'll do is cut these pieces to fit in between, or one of the others, you know, to put in between them, or black. Black can go in between them too.
Yes. Because you have 5 is not gonna.
Alright, let's start. Let's put this blue one around it. We will make it work. That is what I do. I make things work. Somehow, some way, by golly, I'll get it done.
Get her done. Larry the Cable Guy. Get her done.
Some of them have to be trimmed because
I see.
I hung it over.
I see. So far, this one's the only one that's noticeable.
So just leave it here real quick so I can cut it off.
But, yeah, that's the only one that's noticeable.
There's two for you. It's pretty little, half a jelly roll. Oh, yes, I'm going to go on the top and the bottom too. But I'm also going to re-measure to maybe add or subtract so that these blocks all fit. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side, and I'm going to just put the cars between it on the top and bottom. I will just make it a little bit longer, obviously.
What jelly roll are you using?
The jelly roll is called Simply Delightful Sherry and Chelsea for Moda Fabrics. Not focusing.
There we go.
I've had it in there for a while, probably about a year or two, so maybe even longer. So I'm not sure how long certain fabric lines, hang around for. What are we at? Okay, let's go again. I'm really putting the Iron Man to work today, eh?
Darn right. Darn right. He needs to earn his keep, huh?
Ironing and placing things on walls for me. I mean, can't get any better than that. Too tired to keep moving around, though. So it's kind of good. Oop, don't fall on the floor. Stay in my lap. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, if you're gonna put something in between them to make them fit even.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more on top and.
Where am I? I need a bobbin. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, you're doing bobbin.
When you're talking to me, I couldn't think of what I was doing. I was like,
sorry.
What was I doing? Sitting here scratching my head. So you have one, so I need 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, that is okay. That. Yes, I'll clean the floor later.
No, I'll clean the floor.
Or you can clean the floor later.
I'll clean the floor. That's my job.
This week I actually worked on filming a video for you guys. I don't know when it's going to come out because I still have to edit it and write everything down and all that stuff. And haven't done all that part, obviously. But while I'm gone, you'll have a Sew Sunday video and then a video that will come out during the week as well. So you'll have stuff to watch when I'm not here. 2, 3, and crayons or letters? Let's do
What do you got
letters.
the most of so far? Oh, you have 2 of each.
I have 2 of each so far.
Then it doesn't matter.
Nope, it doesn't matter. Who says you can't take a pile of fabric that does not go together and put it together? You know, I try to tell you guys all the time. Just because it looks like it doesn't, once you put everything together, it starts really making sense. You know, sometimes you'd be surprised what you can blend together into a quilt and it looks just fine. There's that one. Oops. Okay, grab this instead because that's the piece that my hand randomly grabbed.
cruise or not? Because we don't know if
No.
we have internet.
We're not going live from the cruise, most likely. We don't know how well the Wi-Fi on the cruise is going to work. And I've watched, let's just say I've watched 100 or more videos on cruises because we've never been on one. And I've watched tons and tons and tons of videos. And I would say like 45, 50% of them say don't do live streams if you're a content creator, because you're going to have people in the background that did not agree to be on camera when you're on a ship, as well as the Wi-Fi is sometimes spotty in certain parts of the ship. So I don't even know if I'm going to have a good place to even have Wi-Fi. And then you guys get stuck with me schooling the whole time. I mean, that just, so I filmed a video that will come out on Sunday for So Sunday. It'll be a So Sunday episode, except it will still be live stream. It will just be the chat. I won't really physically be there. It's pre-filmed, but it'll go on as a live stream for you guys. Because I don't know. I don't think it's going to be what I think it's going to be, but it's not going to be. Because I watched videos.
We'll see what the internet's like when
we'll see what it's like. Scott's bringing his laptop so that he could at least do his work. And if it doesn't work good for us to even watch things on there, then obviously it's not going to work for me to go live. Plus, I'm only bringing one device, my phone. And Scott will have his, and we'll have a computer, and that's it. I'm not bringing the one that I do this from. That way I don't have to have so many devices with me. And it's too many things to charge and all that stuff. Too many electronics to worry about.
Yeah, they supposedly don't have many charging plugs.
Yeah, they don't have very many charging plugs. A lot of people, if you have like CPAP machines and stuff like that, you have to bring a little thing, but it's got to be cruise ship approved, a little special multi-plug charging thing. So I've never been on a cruise. I don't know what it's going to be like, but if they all have to have, extension chargers, then I'm assuming we're not going to have many places to plug many things in. I kind of want to enjoy the cruise too at the same time. So, I mean, I've done things where I've recorded live for you guys, when I go to quilt shows and stuff, but the cruise is different because we're supposed to be there as a retreat for sewing, as well as we're supposed to be enjoying ourselves when we're not teaching. And Scott and I plan to enjoy ourselves while not teaching. Explore the ship, so on and so forth. Because I never get away, and this could be literally a once in a lifetime trip for me because I don't travel well.
We don't travel ever.
We don't travel ever.
You don't leave the house.
Yep.
Doctor's appointments.
All right. I don't want all the greens and all the blues in the same spot, so we're going to move some stuff around here. I'm also going to take a orange. Let's put a red,
light blue hair.
A red down here. And then let's put the light blue up here, but not next to that. We'll move this here. This one. Oh, well, they're the same. Let's put this guy. That's the same as that one.
Yeah.
I still gotta build in between them anyway. I gotta figure out what this magic number is gonna be. They're all different though.
Well, yeah, but you got.
Let's see what we got going on here.
Your middle two the same thing.
Oh, hold on. Let's make sure. Take them all down. That helps. Put them in the pile of what they are.
Okay.
Pile of what they are. And then we'll see what has what. This tractor one seems to have the most. This one. Alphabet.
He's got
Alphabet.
4. This one here has 4. This one here has 3.
Now it has 4.
No, it's 3.
2 crayons only?
3 total. Yes, 2 crayons.
All right, so a crayon can go
2
here.
crayons and 3 alphabet.
Take them this way. Crayon here and a crayon up here.
Okay.
Then
That
I'm
works.
going to do, there's 4 of the rest, except for this one, there's 3.
No, this one there's 3.
Oh. All right, so we'll do. What did I just grab from?
Red guy. Next one is that one.
2. I got to figure out in between all this stuff.
Next guy's that one.
This one. Oh, I don't want 2 dark blues next to each other.
Oh, we'll use a light blue one.
One of these. Let's see how long, because I want to know how many inches I need.
That's going to have to be green. Both these have green.
There's a lot of it there. Plus this, whatchamacallit. And 4. There, now it's blended. Now we just need the in-between. So I have this many strips left, 2, 3, and 4. Plus I have black. I think I should do black and then put a roundabout number. So 10 and a half. I need a calculator. We want, these are 10 and a half inch. I'm going to make sure by putting one down here. Yep, 10 and 1/2. Yep. So 10 and a half. 3.5 times 4. It's 42. And the panel was 47 long. So we want 47.5 for 47.5. So I need 5.5 inches. So we're going to put black in between, and then the top and bottom will just be bigger than 2.5. I know what I'm doing here.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing here now. I'll use those for binding or something. So I'm going to cut 1, 2. I still have to figure out the bottom sides, but I think I'm going to use something. I don't know yet. Give me a second to even think about it. That's minus the... Nope, it has to be 2 inches. In between. And a third. Turn. Cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10.5 inch pieces. We're going to make this work. Where the cutter's way up here. Alright, 10.5. Right there. We're going to insert them in, put it back up, and figure out the top and bottom. side for a second. Grab these, put them in between. We have no chat, so if you have to ask questions, ask them to Scott.
Chat, what?
No, I moved my thing out of it. It's still on calculator. I'm gonna press. And next. This gives me an opportunity to stand and sew because I prefer to stand. Still have yet to decide what brand of standing desk. I've been reading about standing desks. I'm reading what's the word for it? Reviews on them, and it's really hard to find them for sewing machines because most people just use standing desks for office related, and they say, oh, it holds my computer, all the computer parts and stuff, but does it hold a sewing machine is what I want to know. That, you know, sews really fast and, you know, shakes a whole desk anyway. I really, really want an electric adjustable desk. Cool part about this is none of this fabric is directional, so it really doesn't matter, you know. That's a plus. All right, now let's see how big this is and how much I have to add to the top and bottom of it. Measuring thing. That's 2.5 plus that. Minus that is. All right, I can put a 2 on the top and on the bottom. I'm gonna have to trim one side, but that's okay, or both sides, just to make it equal. But this should be good. We'll cut it to size. I always cut things to size, you know. It's okay. Just need one. All right, press them, put them on the wall, and see what I did good. And what I need to fix. Look at that!
Oh, that's perfection.
Perfection! That's a 1/4 inch too big on top and bottom, but that's perfectly fine. Now it's equal. When I sew it on, I'll just hang it over by 1/4 inch, and obviously the bottom will end a 1/4 inch hangover. So now I need to cut the rest of those. Now I know what I'm doing here. See the numbers on here. Cut more 10.5 inch pieces. And now to put the other sides together. gonna be worn out tomorrow too. 2 days in a row of exercise. Doesn't help that I wasn't just swimming yesterday. I filmed the rest of a video that I was filming. And it was the part of the video where you put the whole quilt together. So I was standing, sewing, pressing, all while standing. Yeah, I worked all day yesterday before swimming. And I still went and swam. That's okay. I am getting my exercise. And that's a good thing. I also found out from my kids I could still do a pretty much almost perfect dive where I can dive into a pool and there's no splash. Just a slight splash from my feet usually because my toes, but other than that, it was like flawless is what my kids call it. Color black actually brings all these colors out so good. I like using black, and you guys know I like using the color black in all the quilts, a lot of quilts. It's very rare that I use white anymore, although I did for a long time in the past. And now 99% of the time I use black fabric. It just goes with everything when you do rainbow colors, and there's rainbow colors in here, so it literally just goes great. Alright, while I'm right here, I'll sew on the top and bottom. If you're curious, I got the panel to 47.5 long by 26.5 wide. I made 10.5-inch unfinished squares, and now I'm hooking. Oh, I bordered this with 2.5 inches in between, top to bottom, obviously, but that's how big it came out, was 47.5 by 26.5. So 10.5-inch blocks, 4 down, and then 2-inch strips in between. Is what I've done so far. And then I obviously have to figure out the in-betweens for the top and bottom. But for now, we figured this part out. That 1/4 inch bigger on both sides, the same.
Look at that. You
Came
are
out
good.
great. All right,
You
so
are
now
good.
I need to sew those on real quick so that I can get the width for the top and the bottom. So now it's time to. No, I'm gonna put it on like this. I'm gonna bring it down and. Honestly, it lays pretty flat. We'll slightly hang it over. It's pretty flat though. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. I'm going to press it towards the black, which is towards the panel. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting over a cold or flu. I don't even know what the heck I had. Some kind of infection.
God bless you, my love.
Because I still have the runny nose part. And I've had coughing and sneezing and everything. So I just a summer cold. All right, so now that this is ready, I'm just going to trim off that slight excess to match it up. I literally is not, it's like 1/8 of an inch on the top and bottom. See, it's just a tiny sliver. See that? That was perfect. And I'm lining up, obviously, the straight edge and then the top straight edge to get this piece cut off. Lining all up the lines. Another thin, skinny piece, not even 1/4 of an inch. In total, it was 1/4 inch bigger than it needed to be, I think. All right, let's figure out this top and bottom now. Oh, the side still. Duh, got one more side. Where's that at? Put it here. Let's put that on there. Then figure out top and bottom. Remember, if you have questions, just ask. I am on the side, right? Yes, I am. Oh, I want to start sewing and it turned out it's the top or something. Oh, the other day we had a really awesome monsoon. And then was it last night? Yesterday morning there was also a monsoon and it hit in the middle of the night. And I was outside when it first started. And it was like it's like, you know, when you get a half cloudy day where it's sort of like haze clouds, they're still see-through, but it's not a puff cloud, it's just the thin layer. Those were the ones that were lightning and thundering. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. I was like, I looked up in the sky because you could see the sky, and I was like, that is not even a cloud. How in the world is there lightning coming from that? And then, like, I don't know, 30 minutes in, all of a sudden it just thunder and lightning like crazy, and then there was a little bit of rain, and yeah, it was all in the middle of the night. I went to bed after watching the initial lightning stuff, and then Scott got up when it was the rest of the storm, because he gets up in the middle of the night while everybody's sleeping. Everybody, I mean, that's me. So it was a pretty awesome storm. I didn't like take any pictures. I was tired. I was like, why am I even up? But, you know. Oops, this one got messed up. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right, I'm going to press towards the black, and I'll cut off the excess. He's going to love this quilt. And I have flannel fabric to use on the back. If that's what I end up using, I should say. Because I found some children's flannel, but I don't know how much I have. I might have to piece it all together. This excess first. It's nice and straight. Nice and straight. This side kind of got a little wonky right here at the front, but that's okay. Nobody's ever gonna know. All right, let's put this back up and figure out how to do the top and the bottom. Nope, I got it. because I don't want too much gap. You know, these are so close together. This one will sit right here, obviously. And then this one will sit exactly right here.
I get it. I know what you're doing.
And then we can add on this one. And you know what? It looks like it's going to be 2-inch pieces again. Yep, because of the seam allowance. Yep, it's 2-inch pieces again. So I just need 1, 2, 3. What do I have left here? 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. 2-inch strips again. I thought it was going to be really gappy, but guess not. Cut 4 off of here, another 10.5. Four. And there's the others. So I'm going to go ahead now and start with the in-betweens here. These two together and see if it matches that end point. I also made sure this whole entire time that all of my blocks are in the same direction. That means this is the straight piece, no seams on each one of them, and the seams are on the side, the ones that have the crossover. So all the blocks are laying in the same position. It'll help me when I go to quilt it on the long arm to keep everything nice and flat because the fabric is going in the same direction. A quilt that goes only over the legs and the waist. I would make it baby size. I need to measure this real quick with the seams. You know what? In between is going to have to be. Let's see what this one is. That's the quarter, and that's the quarter. It's showing me 2 1/4 instead. 2 1/4 on the outer ones. So I'm just going to hook the 2 middle ones, I guess, and cut a 2 1/4 inch strip for the sides. Now that I've already cut that last one, I would have only needed 2. See if the same reads the bottom once I lay it on there. Also, I got to tell you, the people don't know I'm doing this. Scott's friend Paul doesn't know I'm doing this for Isaac.
Nope.
We didn't tell him. It's going to be a surprise that just randomly shows up in the mail. All right, I'm going to see what this bottom gives me size-wise. If it's 2 1/4, then that's what I'm going to cut. It's 2 1/4. Because anything I have left over fabric-wise always goes in my scrap bin anyway. That's the 1/4 inch, that's 2, and that's 1/4. That's the 1/4 inch, that's 2, and it's 1/4. Yep, 2 1/4. Okay, so I gotta cut a 2 1/4 strip, just one. number apparently was off. Oops. 10.5.
You're doing a great job. They're all like it.
I'm glad. This is going to be loved. I know it will. All right. 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom. I'll these on each side real quick. Press it and then add its counterpart. Put it upside down, didn't I?
Doesn't matter. It's not directional.
No. I meant the pieces are in the wrong spot, but that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. I put it on the wrong side. That's okay though. Oops, that was not supposed to happen. Right.
You need me to hang it up there?
I got it.
You sure?
Yep. What? Seriously?
You made that middle one be bigger, apparently.
Yeah. I even measured the seam things. I'm just going to put these 2 inches on the ends and then cut it to size. Since I have 4 of them left anyway. I saw that one. I'll center it too, because so I could have just put the 2 inches all the way across, probably. No, 3/4 would be too small. Never mind. Yeah, this worked out perfect. And then I'll just trim the size, and then we'll put a border around it, and it'll be done. So it's obviously going to stick out on both sides.
You need a hand.
Seriously? Like, literally sticks out like an inch on both sides.
Yeah, because you only need it.
I didn't
and
need,
you
yeah.
put 2 inches.
Yeah, I put 2 1/4 and I only needed 2 inch. You know what? I could fix that though. I'm gonna trim. I'm gonna put 2 inches on the ends because I have 2 right here, and then 2 on the ends as well. I should have just stuck with all the 2 inch pieces. I'm gonna fix the other one. I can't live with myself if I don't. going to turn those other pieces into 2 inches. So just double 2 inch, 2 1/4. That way they're equal. Blue was on that side, right? Yes, it was. So that means this one is on this side. We're going to see right now. I'm going to take it down and fix the other one. Oh, it was still too big with 2 inches. It's the same with 2 or 2 1/4. So either way, I have to trim it. See? Hangs over about the same.
Yeah, I see.
So no matter what I did, it's okay. This probably should have been like 1 inch right here in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
With how much is hanging over. So I'm going to center this on here by finding the center of my panel, and I'm going to actually pin it that way it lands right. Then I'm going to cut some 1 inch strips, go all the way around so that the black kind of finishes off, and then I'll cut the cars and put those in as the border. Pin on there, wherever it landed. Center it right there. Close that blade. Stay on the desk. We'll use that as the weight. Grab this down. Find the center. Line that center up. Yeah, it's a miracle. I'm pinning. Don't forget.
Take a picture.
I know I could have trimmed the middles so they equal the bottom, but it's a kid's quilt again, so it really doesn't matter in my world right now. Either way, I still have to cut the sides off once it's pieced. Thank you. Wow, thank you, Marilyn. Marilyn's on a roll here. My goodness, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Lots of love. might start dropping them all over the floor and stepping on them like I did the other day. All right, I'm going to press this towards the black. Oops.
Saw that happening?
It just fell. How weird.
I saw it. How you had it over there. Reach your hand out there and it was hurt.
I think it looks fine. It's not completely equal, but it'll be fine. Nobody ever said I was a perfect pizza. All right, I'm going to cut these off, line this up with the side, make it nice and straight, lined up with the top. And this is A-okay to do when you're making quilts. You can definitely just trim as you go. I didn't even take apart the 2 1/4 inch ones. I'm just leaving them in there, you know. I could have put 2 inch instead in there, but I'm not really too worried. Honestly, this piece is not even big enough to save. All right, now to pin the bottom on. Find the center. Crease. So I can see it. Pin in it. And this way. Find the center. After this is on, we'll put the black around it and then make the border out of the cars fabric. And then this will be a pretty good sized kid quilt. The way it's supposed to be. Trim these to size real quick. Oh, one side's way over than the other. Oh well, I centered it. As good as it's gonna get. Probably should have fixed that though. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and press this real quick. And we'll put some black all the way around and then the next border, and then we'll be done. We might go over just a few minutes, but that's only because I'm almost done and I'm not gonna put this off until next week. So.
You are doing great. Take your time and do your thing. You're good.
And if you're gonna ask about quilting, I was just gonna meander. This whole entire thing. I usually just meander children's quilts like this because I know that it's a utilitarian quilt and it's going to get used like crazy. So a meander all the way around it is probably the best bet. All right, I'm gonna
It's
go
quick
ahead.
and easy too.
And it's quick and easy. I'll have it done and I can, well, I have to make a little backpack too. I'm going to make him a little backpack. I found some Tonka fabric. Where did I put it? Oh, right here.
There.
I have some matching Tonka I
I'll
also
show.
found in there.
I'll
He's
show.
going to show you. I'm going to make, you know, the little backpacks I used to
can
make?
make.
I'm going to make that. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6 1-inch strips.
Because who doesn't love Tonka trucks?
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
So I figure I'll make him a little backpack that he can put little Hot Wheels or something in, you know, and drag it around with his quilt. But I'll probably do that tomorrow or the next day off camera, obviously, because you guys already know how to make the backpack. I've showed you. I'm cutting 6 1-inch strips right now to go all the way around. Should be plenty. Sew them together real quick to one long piece. And then we'll cut the fret quarters into probably 4-inch pieces, probably. Let's see, something in that range. Let's see what we can get at. They're 20-inch. I cut 5-inch strips if they were straight, but I'm not going to get that. So 4.5 is probably going to be the number I get from them. Pins are not needed now. I better clean this up or else they're going to end up everywhere. That's why I like the yellow head pins, because I have dark gray carpet and I can at least see the yellow heads. The other kinds of pins, I can't see them very well. So I'm cutting the end off of this. One long continuous piece. And then start putting it around. All right. I now have one long continuous strip, and now I'm going to sit in my chair, sew this on, only because it's 1-inch strip, so I don't want it to stretch or pull or tug or anything. So I'm actually going to sit for this part. I'm going to go down the sides first and then do the top and the bottom, and then we'll go around it. And this is a pretty good size quilt for this little guy. He's going to love it. I don't know if you guys know this, some of you may, but adoption means a lot to me, because when I met Scott, I already had 4 kids and we really wanted to adopt. So we tried to adopt, but we had the baby for like 60 something hours, and then the mom changed her mind before the 72 hours of the mind changing thing that can happen. So we had a little boy for almost 2 days. That means a lot. If I would have been able, if I wasn't in the health I'm in now, you know, because the kid would be 11 or so by now, I would say let's do it again. But, you know, because we're empty nesters, we don't have nothing. I mean, a little boy or girl would bring it lots of joy. But now we just kind of live vicariously through people with kids. So, but yeah, we tried to adopt and, well, it didn't work out. That means a lot to me when people do. And if my kids ever need to, you know, because Maxine did have a hysterectomy, I'll be all for that, you know. If she ever wants kids, she's already said several times, she'll just adopt. Yeah, we never talk about those kind of things, but this means a lot. If that makes any sense at all. Yeah, probably not. All right, let me add the opposite side. Top and bottom on here, and then press, and then add the next border. So a few minutes over is what we'll go, but that's okay. I'm just going to finger press these corners out and then attach. This just seals all the color in the black so that I'm not buttoning up the fabric directly, the car's fabric directly to the colors. It gives it some kind of space, you know, between. Some kind of transition, you know. Out of bobbin again. That's 2 bobbin changes during a live stream. You definitely know I'm working hard when that happens. Whatever, stupid thing. All right, one more side. I'll press it and we'll get started with the next pieces that I've already wrinkled up because I made this giant pile in front of me. Go figure. Let's make sure that's seen. Let's face it in the correct direction. And I veered. And look, I counted just the right amount of pieces. I'm so smart. Sometimes. Sometimes.
Looking good, my love. Looking good.
That looks great.
I think you're very smart doing all that on the fly like you did.
Well, I made it work. Definitely is a lot longer than it is wider, though. I might have to make the side borders wider than the top and bottom. You know?
Oh, well. That's pretty big for a baby quilt.
Yeah, it's
But
a
then
toddler
again, you
quilt.
don't know
He's going to
how
be
it
at 19 months old. Yeah. I don't know how to make small quilts, so
I know.
yes, I know. That's what
It's
you were going to
be plenty
say.
big for a twin-sided bed by the time you're done with it.
Yeah, I'll just go wider on the sides than the top and bottom, which is fine. Nobody ever says you can't do wider side borders than top and bottom, or wider top and bottoms and skinnier sides. Nobody ever said the borders all had to be in the same number. You know? All right, I'm going to leave that over there on the side, and we're going to do add 4 of these fat quarters. I'm going to cut. I need 1, so I need 1, 2, 3 and half of these pieces for the sides. All right, over. They need to be at least, we'll do 5 inches. No, we'll do 4.5. No, 5. 5. No. I'm thinking right here. Since this was a 20-inch piece of fabric, we're going to do it's 19 now, so that makes it we're going to do let's just do 6-inch for the sides. Not 6.5, just 6. One more time. Because see, I had plenty to do 6 times, and that gives 3 for each side.
6 is plenty big. You didn't need 6.5. That's plenty big right there.
For the sides, yes. And then the top and bottom, I'll just do like half that. All right, I'm gonna hook these. I gotta cut the ends nice and straight though, and then hook them together. And it doesn't matter if the cars line up. It's just going to a child. If I wanted to be perfect about it, I would do that, but I'm not worried at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Cut this end equal. Make sure they're all the same size. Right there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this allows you to see the cars bigger, you know, section instead of having it so skinny. Cars are going in all sorts of directions, so it's not directional, so that part didn't matter either. I'm going to see if this is long enough or if I have to cut off the other one as well. Oh, nope, gotta cut. So, one more 6-inch strip off of here. Good thing I had the extra of these fat quarters. Split that in half between the two pieces. And then both sides will be, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's 6. I'm going to split it in half because I don't need that much to go down that side. I need, yep, okay. Half is perfect. Straight and split it in half. Add some on this one and put the rest on the other. This one, and then that should be perfect. And I will attach the sides. Okay. Pardon me. Close that blade before I hurt me or myself or somebody else. I don't know how to make small quilts, you know? I just thought about that. I know how, but it never comes out the way I want. Like, now if I follow a pattern that's for a small quilt, I could do that and have a small quilt. But I don't ever do that in reality. I can make wall hangings. I just can't make baby quilts, like super baby size. They're always bigger than like 45 to 60 by, 55 by 70. Pretty big.
Will that fit a twin bed?
Huh?
Will that fit a twin bed?
It'll sit on a twin bed, probably. It's not going to be like a wraparound, though. We'll see how long it turns out when I get to pressing and hanging it up on the wall. We'll see how big it actually turned out. But the kid doesn't even have to use it on. He can use it just running around the house or anything. All right, attach the other side. It seems like it's getting long, but it's definitely not a twin size long.
Well, either way, they're all saying he's going to grow into it.
Yeah, he'll grow into it. Like I
He's
said,
a growing boy.
in the future, if he wants something different with specific, things that I don't have here, because this was hard finding all this. I mean, I found the fat quarters in the children's prints. I didn't even know I had the panel till I started looking. And I went through almost every panel. And guess what? That was the only children's panel. There was a couple like the I forgot the name of it. They're called Maxine, you know, the silly woman with the sayings. I had some of those, but those aren't really children's, you know. And they have lots of animals, but some of them are scary looking. So we don't really want scary looking for a little kid. And cars, I mean, girls, boys, both like cars. Can't go wrong with cars or fire trucks or Tonka trucks of any kind, you know.
Of course not. Everybody likes Tonka trucks.
Everybody likes that. I mean, when I was a girl, I played with that stuff.
You're making a memory quilt with flannel shirts and cotton shirts. Do you use stabilizer or starch or what?
If you're
different thicknesses.
Oh, different flannel and cotton thicknesses.
Yeah, using cotton and flannel.
I mean, you can just use cotton and flannel next to each other. Some flannels are thinner. Some flannels are pretty thick. And that would mean you'd need interfacing on your regular cotton. But, I mean, that's a lot of weight if you're adding that plus having the flannel. I'm not 100% sure that's a solid idea. I mean, I don't know. I would just sew it together. There's so many people that I made quilts out of curtains and bed sheets and cut up blankets and stuff when I first started. And whether I used any of that stuff, flannel sheets or anything in the beginning, it was all heavy. No matter what I put together, they always turned out pretty heavy, hefty quilts. All right, I'm gonna press this and then we'll put a top and bottom on, and that's the end of it. It will be done. Yeah. Yep, it'll be 15 or so minutes over, yes.
And the kids will love it.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be super loved. Probably not a smart idea to put white as a border, but I mean, who cares? It's a children's print on white, so these people, whoever designed it, didn't think children are going to be, you know, running amok with their stuff, with their white fabric and all. I love it. I'm so glad that this jelly roll, like, really perfectly worked with this. It's amazing. You never know what you got until you look, and then you find what you need, which is really cool. I'm not trying to burn you with the iron. I'm going to leave that right there. We'll show you in the end. I'm going to do the top and bottom. So I'm going to cut 3-inch strips for the top and bottom. Because I don't want... It's just going to have eyeballs and some full cars. I don't want it to be too much longer than it already is. I'm just going to start cutting some 3-inch strips off here. Hook them together. A few more. Because again, this is only 20 something inches of fabric. I mean, it's the length of a normal fat quarter. It was just not the width. It was 20 inches. I think I bought it at Tuesday morning, and that's why it was what it was.
We used to get a lot of stuff.
We used to get a lot of stuff. And the funny thing is lately I've been using a lot of stuff that I bought at Tuesday morning when it was a store.
Alexa worked there, too,
Because
so
Alexa,
she would get you stuff.
Yeah, Alexa worked there, and she would buy me things. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 4. That should be plenty, I think. 1 more. That's 4 for each. That should be plenty. Put this out of the way. trim it all, hook it together, and sew it on. All right, attach them together and hook them to the quilt. Behind me, I'll iron them when I put them on.
What length and brand are your scissors?
What length and brand are the scissors? They're LDH. And they're long. I don't know. Let's see, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 inches. They're 4 3/4 inches from this hook.
Okay. Where do we get the panel?
Where did I get the panel? I don't even know. It was in my stash, so it came from somewhere. I said in the earlier what it was called, so you'll have to look that up. I don't know. You'll have to go back and find the name of it. I do know that it was
Probably given to us.
Wyndham Fabrics. Yeah, it was probably given to us. Quilt, attach, and done. Yeah, this is definitely probably gonna get. They're in Texas, so I don't know if I really want to put a flannel back on it, you know, because it's muggy in Texas. At least as when we went there, it was. Even when it was cold, it still felt weird. So I don't know. I want the kid to be able to use it any time of year. So flannel might not be the right choice.
Depends on what we have. It's big enough.
Yeah, it depends
it's a
on.
lot bigger than we originally thought.
Yeah, it's bigger than I anticipated it being. I do have some minion fabric though.
Lots of moving fabric. Yeah.
Well, with that, I only needed the 3, not 4. All right, I'm gonna press it, put it up on the wall. Oh yeah, now this is good. This is good. Good size.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. That's what we wanted.
You'll
Nice
get a lot of
big
use
kid
out of it.
quilt that'll last for a while. All right. That's the top. That's good size. Yeah. That's perfect. Perfect kids quilt. Nice and big. They can drag it everywhere. Mommy and daddy can fit underneath it.
With them. Yeah.
With them.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna fit his twin bed. All right.
It's not technically a twin though. Twins are at least 85 long. Let's see how big this one turned out. Oh, it's
right here. I had to move it for you to iron. 58.
58 by
73 and a half.
73 and a half. That's perfect. So yeah, it'll fit on top of the twin size bed right now at this moment. All right. Can they see the whole thing, or do we have to tilt the?
I think we're gonna have to move it again. I did move it earlier so they can see the top. Oh no, they can see it.
The whole
They can't
thing?
see the bottom.
Oh. Camera's gonna move for a second so that you can see. And look at that. It has this, yeah, black binding. Look at that. Perfect. And those colors, look at how those colors like work perfect with it. That is so great.
Those colors gonna love it.
Yeah, I was able to complete that during the live stream with over 15 minutes, and that's it. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know what I'll put on the back. I do have minion fabric. I think, I don't know how much I have of it. And then I have black for binding. That would be perfect. And it has his name on the fire truck. That's so perfect. So if you're watching this in the future, Mr. Isaac, I did this. There you go. All right. Any questions or anything before I get off of here? I just love that the colors match. Looking at it in the camera, it's all this fabric did not go together, but you made it go together. Like, and black just makes it all pop. Now you know why I use the color black a lot. Because it just whoosh, right out in your face. I love that it's wonky too, that none of the sides or anything matches. It's just random.
Okay.
All right, guys. I will, if there's no questions, I will see you next Sunday where we do something small because I'm trying not to start nothing now from today. I'm not starting anything because I got stuff to do. So, see you guys. Bye. Peace.